Initial under degree. Sip with me. I'll pour it hot, so hot. I'll pour it sweet, so sweet. Spilling his tea, spilling and sipping his tea, spilling and sipping his tea. Thanks for watching me, tuning in, subscribing, hitting that like, smash that like. I don't bite, no. It's your under degree, feeling great, spilling tea. Have a seat and join me. Sip some tea, unwind with me. Let's grab a snack and talk some smack. I'm your girl, I got your back. I got the news, I got the views. I bet you can't wait, I know you can't wait to sip this tea. Sip this tea. Spilling this tea. Spilling and sipping this tea. Spilling and sipping this tea. Spilling this tea. Spilling and sipping this tea. Spilling this tea. Sipping this, sipping this tea. Spilling and sipping this tea. Spilling and sipping this tea. Thanks for watching me, tuning in, subscribing, hitting that like, smash that like. I don't bite, no. It's your under degree, shining bright. Set the stage, Hollywood dreams, red carpet scenes, glitter and glow, the secrets I know. Drama with flair, I serve it rare. I got the scoop, I got the proof. I know you can't wait, so come and escape and sip this tea. Sip with me, spilling this tea, spilling and sipping this tea, spilling and sipping this tea, spilling this tea, sipping and spilling this tea, sipping and spilling this tea, sipping this tea, spilling and sipping this tea. Initial under degree. Sip with me. I'll pour it hot, so hot. I'll pour it sweet, so sweet. Spilling this tea, spilling and sipping this tea, spilling and sipping this tea. Thanks for watching me, tuning in, subscribing, hitting that like, smash that like. I don't bite, no. It's your under degree, feeling great, spilling tea. Have a seat and join me. Sip some tea, unwind with me. Let's grab a snack and talk some smack. I'm your girl, I got your back. I got the news, I got the views. I bet you can't wait, I know you can't wait to sip this tea. Sip this tea. Spilling this tea. Spilling and sipping this tea. Spilling and sipping this tea. Spilling this tea. Spilling and sipping this tea. Spilling this tea. Sipping and sipping this tea. Spilling and sipping this tea. Spilling and sipping this tea. Thanks for watching me, tuning in, subscribing, hitting that like, smash that like. I don't bite, no. It's your under degree, shining bright. Set the stage, Hollywood dreams, red carpet scenes, glitter and glow, the secrets I know. Drama with flair, I serve it rare. I got the scoop, I got the proof. I know you can't wait, so come and escape and sip this tea. Sip with me, spilling this tea, spilling and sipping this tea, spilling and sipping this tea, spilling this tea, sipping and spilling this tea, sipping and spilling this tea, sipping this tea, spilling and sipping this tea.
What's up? What's up? Hey, y'all. Melanated, Marianne, Nurse 59. What's going on, y'all? What's up? All right, gang. I got my bros up here. I got Dr. E. I got C-Dub.
I said damn.
Hey, what's cracking? What's cracking out there, y'all? How y'all doing? Dr. E.
I said damn
Sharon.
in the building.
Hello, everybody.
That's my sis, Angel.
Hey, Marion. Hey, Nurse 59. Hey, Sharon. I said, damn.
What's going on, everybody? Look, we did a live last night, and we did the live on ICE and the unalivement of Renee, and there was a lot of back and forth on the limitations of these ICE agents. So this live is specifically, we're going to break that down, and we're going to get into some other things as well. But we're going to start off with breaking down what your rights are, what authority they have. We're going to get into it.
Oh, yeah.
Y'all
Y'all
ready to rock and
spam
roll?
that like button, gang. Y'all get in here.
Hit that like, hit that like.
Shouts out to everybody in that vertical world over there watching this live. Y'all get in this live because it's going down. It's always something new about this. Always, it's always something breaking news about this, YG. And I think it's just awesome that you'll be able to go in here and let these people know their rights. It's so many twists and turns when it comes to what happened in Minnesota, you guys. So, hey, I'm ready to hear this.
Yeah,
Definitely.
I'm ready to go too. I'm ready. Yeah, because it's a lot, and unfortunately, we would want and hope for a better outcome, but I don't think we're going to get that outcome. You feel me? I just don't. I don't. Hold on.
You don't think?
Sorry,
please
guys.
double tap the screen over there in the vertical world. There'll be people in the vertical. Y'all please double tap that screen. That's the like button over there. You can double tap the screen. There are 3 buttons at the top of your right hand corner. Hit those 3 buttons and you will see a like button in there.
Thank you, guys.
Hey, EJ, what's going on, gang? Melanated Drip.
Welcome back, y'all. Welcome back. We're going to get into some things. So both sides, whoever was in the live yesterday, both sides were right about certain things, but just not everything, okay? Not everything.
And so that's what's kind of crazy about it, because it goes both ways. You know what I'm saying? So it's good to acknowledge the people like how you about to break this down to them. People, y'all need to hear this so you know what your rights is. The secret's out.
Smart homeowners are securing their family with a modern type of life insurance that you don't have to die to use.
All right, this first video, it's basically answering questions about ICE.
Let's bring in our ABC News contributor and former Assistant Secretary for the Department of Homeland Security, Elizabeth Newman. Elizabeth, a lot of our viewers asking a lot of questions about ICE today.
Put a 1 in the chat. Let me know. Does the audio sound good?
Yeah, you sound good.
Okay, back.
Yeah, I can hear.
All right. You can hear the video? All right, let's go.
Hoping I can throw a few of these at you and you can answer them for us. Yesterday, you were terrific when I was asking you so many questions about policy and training and what you were thinking about what was happening there on the grounds of Minneapolis. Now, one of the top searches on Google is, what legal authority does ICE actually have?
Americans are asking those questions because we should have a better understanding of what our government has been authorized to do. So ICE is a federal law enforcement agency. They are.
Let me stop it. Can you hear it?
Yeah, I hear it.
Yeah, it kind of went. Yeah, it went left for a second and went to
immigration
the other one.
nationality.
Okay. Put it back on. Hold on, gang.
Hey, YG, put your video in full screen.
They are law enforcement, but their authorities as federal law enforcement are limited. ICE has 2 main components. The first is the Enforcement and Removal Operations, or ERO, and they focus on immigration arrests, detention, deportation. It's largely civil, so not criminal. There's a second division.
Pay attention to that. It's largely civil, not criminal. Keep that in the back of your head.
called the Homeland Security Investigations Group, and they conduct complex criminal investigations, human trafficking, drug trafficking, money laundering, child exploitation. They are partners with FBI and DEA. So they do have the ability to do criminal investigations. ICE does not have any general police powers, though. No federal agency does, because general police.
Let's stop right there. Remember,
So they say they don't
everybody
have
was
police
on
power.
at all. Remember, we got into it about what type of powers they have. They can't. None of that. Not even an
Can
arrest.
you make your
but let's
screen
get-
full screen?
Oh yeah. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Let me go back.
It's no big deal if you can't. It just show better on
Yeah,
the side.
they don't have I don't want to mess around. I don't want to mess around too. Yeah, because if yesterday I didn't disconnected the whole thing. All right, let me get back into this video.
Okay.
Oh yeah, let me make it bigger. Let's see. Because it is kind of small. Did it get a little bigger?
Marion said he has no jurisdiction.
All right, let me play this video. I'm not messing with it. Right. And see, people think now that's not to say that they're not Grammy and act like that they, as if they don't have, more than that. Hold on, gang. I done lost the daggone screen. Sorry, Dub. Talk for me real quick.
No, I got you.
Here we go.
But yeah, they said they
Once I
don't
made
have
it
no
bigger.
jurisdiction over it. So they got certain rights that they could do. But far as like what we've seen today is just like basically Dr. E just creating diversion. And far as the research that we have did on We Beat You, it's diversion. And it's so many twists and turns and pieces to this actual case that is about to come to where it's crazy. So people getting the knowledge on it right here. So this lady does say a lot of good information. I think I had a video on her, but Yolanda found more because it's so much that you can dig. I'm glad she found it. So yes, this lady has good information. Let's go.
I got it.
Police powers under the Constitution are given to the states and local authorities. So their authority is limited to whatever is in the federal law that authorizes them to do certain actions.
Got it. Another top search right now. Can ICE agents detain U.S. citizens?
No, they do not have the authority to detain a U.S. citizen for immigration violations. They can be temporarily stopped or questioned if in certain limited circumstances, particularly if they don't know if the person is a U.S. citizen or not. But once
that's the part right there. There's no way in hell that they did not know. They knew Renee was a U.S. citizen. Period.
Absolutely.
Point blank,
Absolutely.
Right?
Yes.
That comes to the point. Okay. So it's like for them to even approach her for what? That's the question.
Exactly.
For what?
Now, a lot of people are going to say that she was blocking the street. That's what they're going to say. She was blowing the horn in the middle of the street. And her girlfriend was provoking the officers. So that's where it's going to be kind of tight.
True.
Yeah.
Because that's like it's creating a disturbance at that point.
What you say, Dr. E?
I said it was creating a disturbance at that point. So, that's where the question comes up. Where were the regular authorities at over ICE? Where was the actual local police officers for the
That's the
part
city? That is strange. This is what I'm saying. This is why I'm saying, gang. I don't want to give any
supposed to be controlled by regular, right? That's supposed to be regular police officers on that scene. When you have protests, you're supposed to have a basic permit to do so. Besides the civil rights stuff that happened back in the day, but that's one of the exceptions when you're supposed to actually have police kind of watching the area to monitor for things that's going to cause chaos and whatever.
Let me ask
that's a necessity, or even if you have a block party.
Yeah.
Right.
Let's go back to the blocking. Does anyone have footage prior to that car? Because at that point, it just looks like she was trying to leave. Not who said that she was actually blocking. Was she trying to leave or was she blocking?
Well, there's footage. There's footage. Please hit the like button, double tap the screen on the vertical side. There's footage where there's a whole bunch of horns blowing. Cars are in the line in the street. So it does look like she is blocking traffic and they're blowing their horn. And another breaking news footage that we're going to show tomorrow, YG, I'm glad to have you on there, that this guy was filming before he even pulled his weapon. So this is ironic. And again, like Dr. E said, where were the officers? Where were the actual police?
Exactly.
What is going on with this scene? Something isn't right. And that's all I'm saying. Something isn't right. To me, as I showed today, I think it's a bunch of acting shit going on.
I'm still
out of
stuck on that.
stage stuff, things like that.
If there was a lot of people out there blowing the horns, just what made them choose them? You know what I mean? There was a bunch of cars out there.
That part.
Well, we seen them with the girlfriend provoking the officers.
Oh, Steph, we got my sis coming up. Maria, hold on.
Hey, guys.
Hey,
what's
going on?
Hey, guys, how y'all doing? Okay,
Hi.
let's talk. First of all
right, what's cracking? How you doing?
Good. We are all American citizens. Even like those police officers are held to a higher standard because they are enforcing the law. They may not have jurisdiction over us, but there should be a higher duty of care. I don't care if that lesbian was calling if she was calling him all types of shit. That's her right. That's her right. She wasn't impeding on an arrest. She wasn't doing any of that. That's not no. I don't think that's a valid excuse to. I don't even think that should be even brought up in this conversation.
Do you think it was a little bit of male chauvinist again? Like
I really do, because I've seen a couple of videos, and I shoot firearms avidly. You can tell on his point of view, he was filming with his right hand.
Yes.
He was filming with his dominant hand, his dominant hand, and when he was walking towards the car, he already shifted to the left hand, started filming because that's where his firearm was at. So explain that to me.
Right, and here's the thing: why didn't he have a body cam? Why are you standing in the front of a car filming a vehicle?
But here's the thing, y'all. I do a lot of independent news watching. I watch like mainstream traditional media, independent media. Like I'm all over the place. So ICE is doing a campaign where they are trying to get them to film all their takedowns and shit, and post it on social media. Like to get their visibility up, because it's all about clicks and views here, and we have a reality star president and Secretary of War.
When she said that, you know what I thought of?
What?
Listen, Dove found one of those videos, but it was fake. It looked like all paid actors.
Because it's all about
nothing was real about this ICE video.
Nothing.
It's all aesthetic with them. It's all about the look. Even like the man Pete Hegseth, like the man he spent like $150,000 on a makeup room.
On a what?
On a makeup room, girl, man. Oh, makeup room. Yes. Aren't you guys paying attention? Don't you know about Signal Gate?
A makeup room?
Yes, because he was a Fox show host before he joined the Trump cabinet, bombing people and shit.
Oh my goodness! I told you guys there's something behind this. Again, like we say, we go back a little bit. We see that he has. Let's go back a little bit. We see that he has a camera in his hand, and I'm glad, ma'am, you came and made that point, because that just opened up more doors. Because, like you said, they got YouTube channels, they got Facebook channels, and they just trying to get their views up and just boost up their channels or whatever the case may be by making an arrest. So this was a little bit like premeditated, correct?
Correct. Think about it. Think about it. When have you ever seen a cop with their own phone filming shit? Never. They have to have their own closed circuit security cam. So when they present that shit in court, it's admissible. They're not over there. They're not over there. Like they're not over there. Like doing action shots and all that shit with their shit because it's not secure. That's why they have systems. Like remember you know the other the other man that was getting harassed by the ICE people in Minnesota when the one that cussed him out. One of them was doing the same thing, and another one had a GoPro on. Why? They're getting action shots. They're trying to agitate us.
I told you guys, and then they created the agitation. Oh wow!
I believe that. I definitely do believe that. However, and this is the reason why I'm making this video. We gotta, it's just crazy because it's not even immigrants. They're just targeting whoever the hell they want. But if you educate the people, I think it's very important to educate and let people know what their limits are, because at the end of the day, once I show this other clip, I'm telling you, all Renee's family is going to be able to do is go after them civilly. That's it. He's not. Yeah, the state can pick it up. However, the feds can block them and not give them an ounce of evidence.
And they're already doing that. They're already doing that. According to the mayor, they're already doing that. They're blocking them out.
Yes. So, and I got a clip talking about that. Let me finish playing this clip and then we could get into the next one. This is sad. This is really sad, but I think it's important for people to know their rights. You know what I'm saying? Period.
Yo, I'm so happy you're doing this show because we could be walking to the store doing random stuff, and they could be in one of their moods, and you can get caught up.
Yeah,
because that was a whole queer woman. If they're doing it to themselves, if they're doing it to themselves, you know they're gonna do worse to us.
Yeah. Anybody in law enforcement know you de-escalate. That's any type of law enforcement. They did not de-escalate. They amped that shit up.
They amped it up. And that's this whole thing going down in Minnesota is an amp up. Like I said, we didn't know they were there.
Girl, man, they are tear gassing their asses over there. Flashbangs. It's like Fallujah. And they're just standing there protesting. Standing there. Do you watch Status Coup? They're on the ground in real time.
Oh yeah, they're doing a lot of faking too. On my video I showed today.
That's what I said.
I will probably show it on this live today. I sent a YG the video, so y'all watch that. YG, let's go ahead and continue like you was gonna do. Give us the knowledge on this video.
Give us the knowledge, girl.
Okay. Let's get it. Oh, sorry, y'all. I hit the wrong button. Here I go. Let me take it back. I'm sorry. Yeah, this is crazy. The commercial.
Best I've ever had. It was also the hardest on my body. The conditions I developed came as a surprise to me. But I never even.
Please hit that like button if you just got in here.
ABC News contributor and former Assistant Secretary.
Hit the like.
You can let it play out, sis. Let it play from there.
Homeland Security, Elizabeth Newman. Elizabeth, a lot of our viewers asking a lot of questions about ICE today, hoping I can throw a few of these at you and you can answer them for us. Yesterday, you were terrific when I was asking you so many questions about policy and training and what you were thinking about what was happening there on the grounds of Minneapolis. Now, one of the top searches on Google is what legal authority does ICE actually have?
Americans are asking those questions because we should have a better understanding of what our government has been authorized to do. So ICE is a federal law enforcement agency. They are authorized under the Immigration and Nationality Act. So they are law enforcement, but their authorities as federal law enforcement are limited. ICE has two main components. The first is the Enforcement and Removal Operations, or ERO, and they focus on immigration arrest, detention, deportation. It's largely civil, so not criminal. There's a second division called the Homeland Security Investigations Group, and they conduct complex criminal investigations, human trafficking, drug trafficking, money laundering, child exploitation. They are partners with FBI and DEA. So they do have the ability to do criminal investigations. ICE does not have any general police powers, though. No federal agency does, because general police powers under the Constitution are given to the states and local authorities. So their authority is limited to whatever is in the federal law that authorizes them to do certain actions.
Got it. Another top search right now. Can ICE agents detain U.S. citizens?
No, they do not have the authority to detain a U.S. citizen for immigration violations. They can be temporarily stopped or questioned if in certain limited circumstances, particularly if they don't know if the person is a U.S. citizen or not. But once it's been demonstrated that they are a U.S. citizen, they need to be released. They can't be taken to immigration detention, for example. ICE can arrest U.S. citizens for federal criminal offenses, but not for immigration violations.
Got it. All right. People also want to
United States. So citizens as well as non-citizens have constitutional protections. That includes things like the right to remain silent, the right to an attorney, protection against unreasonable searches and seizures. So if you are approached, you have the right to ask what agency the officer is from and why they are there. You do not have to answer questions about immigration status, though you shouldn't lie. You do not have to open your door for ICE unless they have a judicial warrant signed by a judge, not an administrative warrant, but a judicial warrant. And of course, you have the right to remain.
The voice went out.
Yeah, the audio's dropped down.
What went out?
The audio's going down.
Or okay. All right, guys. Let me stop this. I'm sorry.
If I had
Okay, so they don't have the right to kick in doors. They recently was kicking in doors. Am I right?
They
Yep.
tried. They tried
Yep.
to with that DoorDash lady. Remember?
Yep.
Remember when that lady was?
Yeah, and I was under the
DoorDash?
understanding they had like
They don't.
They don't. So
No.
they have limited authority. I think somebody mentioned yesterday they have limited authority. And and again, why the police officers, the local ones, were not on the scene?
First
Any
of all,
protest it could be.
First of all, we are American citizens. Point blank. Point blank. Now, if we're working with some narco type shit and we were, trafficking kids and it's federal, then they would have jurisdiction. But they like civil infringements, disorderly conduct and things like that. They can't do nothing about that. So
Right.
why they shouldn't even engage with that lady unless they were doing an arrest.
Yep. I agree. They should have called the police should have been on site,
Yeah,
because at that point it was
Exactly.
disorderly.
Is that
Hey.
is that Boogeyman in here?
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
Boogeyman. Welcome to Boogeyman to the stage.
Hey,
What's up?
Boogeyman.
Hey, so I sent Yolanda a bunch of stuff, but they don't have jurisdiction over criminal activity other than immigration enforcement. That's it. And unless you're transferring illegals, unless you're bringing people across state lines, they have no jurisdiction. Now, understand, this is Border Patrol.
No. That's a separate entity.
They're also there, though. Border Patrol is also in cities and towns across America, arresting people, and they need a warrant to enter your house, just like any other law enforcement. Okay, that's why they're grouping them all together. ICE, DH, the Homeland Security, FBI, they're all grouping them together so they can blur the lines of who could do what.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I believe that.
Honestly, guys, I believe this man is creating his.
That's not like a Trump move.
I think we're in the middle of a coup, y'all. Like they're trying to desensitize us to like have like National Guard out here. Now they're using ICE. Now I hear they're using Customs, Border Patrol. Yes. Like he said, they're blowing their lines.
He wants to enact the Insurrection Act. And the best way to do that
is agitate people.
The Insurrection Act is where he becomes the law,
total power,
martial law, total power across the country. If he can enact the Insurrection Act, he can send troops wherever he wants, National Guard. He can deploy police wherever he wants. He takes total control of the country.
Do you guys listen to Lev Parnas? Lev Parnas.
Who's that?
Lev Parnas. He's like this Ukrainian guy. He was like pretty much Trump's henchman. He went to jail for Trump shit, like Michael Cohen did, and he has his own show, and he still has contacts. He called all this shit out weeks ago, and he was saying, "Oh, they are excited over there. They're saying we can't wait till our next George Floyd incident so they can go ham." That's why that's what they're irritated. Yeah, that's what
this is not the only shooting.
No, I know.
There's 4 other shootings within the last 3 months. They're doing the same exact thing that they did in the other 4 shootings, making the victim out to be claiming to be a terrorist or a gang member or whatever.
It's propaganda.
To spin the narrative. That's why immediately the first thing they said was this was an act of terrorism.
They called the Kristi Noem. Remember, like even Trump said there was a crowd. He ran over. Like the woman ran over him and everything.
No, and he never was on the ground.
No, that's what I'm saying. Trump said when like stuff first broke out, like they totally painted a whole another narrative.
Well, here's the thing. We have pictures. I
know, but we're all cool. But what they're doing is they're trying to blur those lines and control the narrative. Kristi Noem is over there telling us the same thing over and over again, and our eyes are seeing the opposite. Like it's inundation.
The young lady.
So what is the whole thing? Let me ask a question.
Okay.
What is the narrative spin? Now, we always say spinning the narrative. Is this bigger? If I'm question go to you, Boogeyman, is this bigger than what's going on in Minnesota? Also spinning the narrative, a diversion. What is that? What do you guys think? Because again, like Dr. E said, no officers was on the scene. What was the purpose? We just found out they were there. What is the narrative?
But what they're saying is like there was like I guess 2,000 ICE agents deployed to Minnesota because of the whole Somali fraud thing.
Yes.
So they went. They got a tip. They went to a meat packing. They went to a meat packing facility earlier. But what they didn't do their research behind that, because a lot of those Somalis, the first thing they do when they come here is apply for U.S. citizenship. So they're all like, I think 90% of them, 90% of U.S. Of the Somali population in Minnesota are U.S. citizens. That 10% are like kind of in limbo. but a lot of them.
They all apply for asylum.
Yes, TPS.
Yeah.
So when they could, because that's the only warrant they had, the legal warrant they had. So when they went in there and they couldn't find anybody, that's what they're like. This is allegedly. They're saying that's when they started going out in the streets and wrecking havoc because they couldn't get anybody.
They weren't. They were stuck.
But like you have to understand, these men are under pressure they have to deport 100 million people.
They have to arrest, detain,
and deport.
Yeah.
Like the end game is deportation.
Yes, 1,500 a day
that
must
is
be arrested and detained.
Because they're trying to beat like Obama, because Obama was the deporter in chief. He was deporting people like crazy.
Obama.
That's what I never knew that.
Obama
was deporting people like crazy and drone bombing.
Yes.
And they're trying to say that he's trying to beat out Obama.
Yes,
and Biden.
But Obama didn't go house to house. Obama didn't bother businesses. There was enough criminals locked in the jails. There's enough people that have exhausted their immigration and asylum petitions to where they could be easily picked up and deported immediately with due process. You see, you never heard about knowing that people weren't getting due process under Obama. This is the first time you heard people disappear.
Yeah, this is like the Gestapo. It was like, it's real life, like Anne Frank.
No, this is Russia. This is what Russia does.
This is what Venezuela, all those third world countries do under a dictatorship. This is fascist.
The only reason there was a bunch of ICE people on that street was because one of the cars got stuck. The rest of they were in a convoy. They were going somewhere else. They got stuck. So there's a whole bunch of cars there. So they got out and started walking around. And the first thing that they tell people is to beep your horn and let people know that ICE is in the area.
That's why they were blowing the horns.
Yes.
That's new intel. Good one.
What?
So that is okay. So the people that are in the areas. This started in Chicago with the whistles.
With the observers, they have like watchers. Like
yes.
They have people that record and alert, right?
Yes. They blow whistles. They did it in New York. They did it in Chicago. They've done it they're doing it everywhere in the country. Okay, but it started in Chicago.
Hey, Boogeyman, do you know? That's the information I cannot find. Have you heard anything about Renee Good actually being an actual observer?
Well,
that's why she was there.
She's an advocate, so she was an advocate. But everyone's an advocate now. Okay.
I mean, we can all advocate in our own capacity.
But she's still a U.S. citizen. The last time I noticed, you weren't shot because you were a U.S. citizen and you were being an activist or a protester or anything else. Isn't that what didn't he just say the other day? If they keep killing the people in Iran, he's going to do something. Well, what about what's happening to our people?
Thank you. You know what? I saw that clip yesterday.
Listen.
If you start, then it was about.
He's trying to get naturalization, immigration. He's trying to get that revoked, and that's actually in the Constitution. That's what actually made African American slaves American U.S. citizens. He's
trying to get the birthright law.
But yes. But also,
if you can tell them,
you also have to realize, like, he's trying to get that change because he's trying to deport all the black people, all the brown people.
Look, when they started with the Mexicans, it wasn't long before he was going to start adding more people because he's not deporting enough people. Then he went after the Somalians.
Yep.
Okay. He first he was after the Haitians, eating the dogs and the cats. Now he's after the Somalians.
I live in Georgia, and they raided my nail salon.
Yeah.
They're raiding
What?
nail salons.
Mhm.
Girl, yes. They are
Yeah.
raiding nail salons. The
They're
Vietnamese
they're raiding restaurants.
salons,
They're raiding
churches, schools,
churches because
Home Depot.
churches are known to harbor people that just get here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Churches come, they give them clothes, they give them a place to stay, give them a few bucks and help them out, right? That was close to the border. But now they're expanding because they found out that the churches around the border are now putting people on buses and sending them out to different churches in different areas to hide them.
Texas, sanctuary cities.
Yeah, Texas is the worst. They're not even. You can go places and you will see less and less and less workers. If you go by a Home Depot where it used to be 50 people, it's now 6 or 7.
Yep. I seen it with my own eyes.
Me too. Because I was trying to look for some. Like we were doing our basement, and I was like, hey, let me go get some like tile or whatever for the bathroom down there. And normally they're like day laborers.
Yes.
They're all there in the parking lot. They're like, hey, senora, and they'll ask you like to do little things. Because one of them put in a chandelier for me, like for the low. It was great. Like, so like you go there, and I'm like thinking, okay, I can just go there, get the towel, and I can find somebody to install it, because that's what I've always done. There was nobody there.
Damn.
Nobody.
Well, Truth, what you did make a comment, Boogeyman, about, which made a lot of sense, because I ran across that clip yesterday where he did say with the protesters in the Middle East that if you touch the protesters, that he was going to do something, but you're not doing it in our own country.
That's the issue.
It makes sense, gang.
That's the issue. Like with the busing thing, I think Chicago is a sanctuary city. So what Texas did, because they're right on the border, so they're getting all of it. So they say, okay, you want to be a sanctuary city? Like, so they started shipping all those people into Chicago and like flooding up that area and using up all their resources. So like U.S. citizens, like the actual residents that actually live there, can get no assistance because those resources are being exhausted.
But they lied. Those people weren't getting $5,000 cards.
No.
They lied.
No, they were getting like a couple of things. But the thing about it is, like, these people have a roof and like they're getting these little things. But why do you have schools? Why do you have like elementary schools in this country that don't even have like heat for the wintertime? Why do we have lead in the water? Why are people getting? Because these resources are being exhausted.
Why did we give $40 billion to Argentina?
Exactly. That with $40 billion, like we could have done a lot of stuff. Like,
why did we pay $30 million for a parade?
And why are we bombing and taking over Venezuela? You know how expensive
that's a whole nother show.
Yeah, that is a whole
nother show that I can spend hours talking about.
But yeah, real quick on that, when you dropped that poem right here, I mean, what was the justification that he told the country for that?
He said that he was eliminating drugs. Even though drugs would never those little boats would never make to the U.S. Eventually those drugs would funnel up to the U.S. But he said it's the oil.
He says some of those they confiscated some oil tankers.
Well, yeah, they've been doing that, and my thing is, if it's such crap oil, where's the oil we're confiscating going to?
He said that the money is not going into the U.S. Treasury. It's going to an off. That's what I said.
He doesn't own that.
This is what the man said. The man said the money is not going into a U.S. Treasury. It's going to an offshore account where he can
go into his pocket. He's probably giving it back to Epstein. He's probably paying his debt.
It's sitting off the coast. They're not doing anything with
like, first of all, that crude oil is like Exxon doesn't want anything to do with that oil because they've been there
it's
before.
dirty money.
It's dirty money.
No,
Like
it costs too much.
They've been there before.
And it
They've
costs too
extracted-
much.
I'm not saying that that's
Okay.
not true, but they've been there before. But with that, but with regime change and not knowing what's going to happen to all their like equipment, it's expensive to even stay there.
Do you know why they left? Do you know why they left?
Regime change.
No, in 2019, they left Venezuela because Trump put tariffs on the oil. And during the sanctions, the sanction was no U.S. company may do business in Venezuela. This is 2019. So they packed up and they left. It wasn't because of anything for the regime. Their business is going to go about what it is. They were getting paid to process that oil. They were getting some oil. Venezuela was getting some oil. Everybody was happy. Trump came in, put sanctions on Venezuela, and all the U.S. companies could no longer do business with them, and they could not sell that oil as an American company. Between the tariffs and the sanctions, they packed up and they left because they had to, or they would be violating the United States sanctions, and then they would get in trouble.
Okay. We're gonna come back to this. We're gonna come back to this.
Yeah.
Let me play this second clip because I want because based off of this clip, I just feel like Renee's not going to get any justice. And basically all her family's going to be able to do is go after them civilly. Yeah.
Yeah. They're gonna probably settle out. That's
But
Boogie, do you think she's gonna get any
how
justice?
I feel.
Well, if Babbitt got $5 million, how much money should Good get? They paid Babbitt's family $5 million. That's the woman that they shot climbing through the window
during the insurrection.
Yes, her family got $5 million. So
we'll see. I'm gonna say all I'm doing is sitting down and watching. That's all we can do. And move accordingly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's about it. But this clip, based off of this clip that I got right here, as soon as it starts spinning, is
wow, I can get Viagra for 87 cents. Damn.
You don't want that Viagra. That'll make your dick fall off. Get the name back, Viagra.
Say no, then you can say, am I free to leave? And you're free to leave. But they can't necessarily force you out of the car, and they don't have the right to basically detain you unless they have some type of reason to arrest you.
All right. Okay, so ask, am I under arrest? All right, let me ask you this. Can ICE go into schools on private property?
No, they cannot unless they have a warrant. I mean, one of the things that's in our Constitution is really basically a Fourth Amendment requirement for a warrant. If they try to enter your private property or private space of a school or anything like that, the school has the perfect constitutional right to say you may not enter unless you have a search warrant signed by a real judge.
Can ICE detain U.S. citizens and people who may not be citizens but have permits to work and live here legally?
No. They enjoy the same constitutional rights as U.S. citizens, and it's the same thing. Unless they have grounds for arresting them, which either means witnessing a crime or having a warrant for their arrest, they may not detain them. And these individuals, if arrested, are entitled to a court hearing where the government has to prove why they're detaining them.
Vice President J.D. Vance said last week that the ICE agent who did the shooting has complete immunity. Does he have complete immunity, and can he be charged locally?
He does not have absolute immunity, as the vice president indicated. Instead, we have to think about sort of 3 stages that have to be overcome before an ICE agent could be, let's say, held criminally responsible at the local level. First, you have to address the issue of the supremacy clause, that in general, state and local governments cannot charge federal officials with crimes unless they can show that they were not acting as federal officials. Once you overcome that, then there is the qualified immunity of law enforcement officials to be able to use force, including deadly force. And as we learned with the Derek Chauvin trial, if you can overcome that, and it's a high bar to overcome, then you actually have to prove the elements of a crime. So there is no such thing as absolute immunity, but it is going to be difficult to charge at the state and local level. But a victim's family, in this case, Good's family, could bring a civil rights lawsuit against the U.S. government.
All right, that was one of my questions. Can the FBI kick Minnesota out of the investigation, which it has done?
Yes, it can. Is it good practice to do that? No. Is it generally good practice for them to cooperate? Yes. But they can block them out. But that also means that can the state and local government, Minnesota, Minneapolis, do their own investigation? Yes. This is not productive. This is not good. But the feds can block the state out, and the state and the local are still empowered to be able to do their own investigation.
Can that investigation, the local investigation, stand up if they have no enforcement officers and some witnesses?
That's going to pose a problem for being able to do the investigation here, because they will not have access to being able to interview, for example, the ICE agents, and they won't have access to a variety of other documents, and their ability to be able to subpoena them will be significantly limited. So it can clearly hinder the state and local investigation.
All right. Well, Professor David Schultz,
bingo.
Thank you so
that
much.
Right there, let me know. That right there, it's over. She's not going to get any justice.
No, but here's the thing, though. Okay. They still have to justify the shooting.
None. Y'all there?
Can you hear me?
I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, that right there.
Yeah, we muted. We just muted. At least I am.
Yeah, everybody was. Sorry. I'm like,
yeah.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Oh yeah, I'm still here. I'm just muted.
If you have nothing to hide, why are you blocking?
I'm frustrated. Did y'all hear that?
Yeah, but if you have nothing to hide, why are you blocking?
They're blocking
an investigation into what happened.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, this is not the first time, and they've done this. They've done the same thing each time. They've made the victim the villain.
Definitely seemed like a play. It definitely seemed like a play. You know, they got it all. How you say, well rehearsed. Yep. Everybody's doing their role, and then they just using the same thing. And like you said, the public is pretty much, like you said, you know, is naive to the situation that's going on, and they're getting away with it. They didn't did this about 4 times, several times already. Yeah. It's becoming a play.
It is a play.
Yeah.
And they know the playbook to do. Villainize. Okay, understand the first thing they said, right, was that she turned her vehicle into a weapon. Okay? You cannot use deadly force unless you are in immediate danger or someone else is within immediate danger of bodily harm. You cannot use deadly force unless you answer those questions with a yes. Okay? Under ICE documents, it says they cannot fire at a fleeing suspect just for evading. Okay, unless that suspect is firing back at them, they cannot fire at a fleeing suspect. Right before she got shot, you know what she said to them? She said, "I'm not mad at you, bro.
I'm not mad at you.
Yeah, I don't change my plates. you could come get me tomorrow and we could talk about this. And she proceeded to turn her wheel to the right.
Yeah.
Now,
like Boogeyman said, this is to spin a narrative. What narrative it is, what's going on behind the scene. To me, it's a lot of money being moved around. It's a diversion. So many things are about to happen. They're creating chaos between the people in America. There's chaos going on in other countries. We always quick to jump into somebody else's business, but taking care of our own business in our own homeland. And at the end of the day, gang, what happened to that woman did not deserve to happen. Now, I do have a clip that I'm going to show tomorrow where you can see clearly him, with him filming the act. Right after that, upping his weapon.
Let me see if this clip got it. Let me see.
Let me
This
say
is
that.
one of the clips.
But let me set something up real quick. Where he shot her from, okay?
Right.
It was not from in front of the vehicle. It was from the driver's side headlight on the front corner panel. Okay, because if he was in front of the vehicle, he would have missed her. It would have been straight through. It would not have hit her. It may have hit her in her shoulder, but it didn't hit her in her shoulder. It hit her square in her face. So he had to be on an angle in order to hit her in her face like that. He was on the driver's side light, because if you look at that bullet, because I sent you the picture where the bullet hit, there's no way he could have been in front of the car for that bullet to go through the windshield where it did.
Can you send me that picture, D-Truth?
Yeah. Okay. Oh, God, send it, Truth. Look, she was recording. You see that, Dr. E?
This is why she said what she said, though. Remember, she said, "What did I do?" She knows that she agitated this to what happened to the woman. She agitated this. She knows that.
Let me take a look. Let's take a look.
Just moments before Renee peeled off, clipping the agent, prompting him to open fire.
Go ahead. Out of the car. Get out of the car. Get out of the car.
He caught her a bit.
The new first-person clip comes as various angles of the incident have been analyzed by Americans around the country, dividing the nation as to whom to blame. Viral video filmed by a witness that spread across social media soon after the shooting captured Good's SUV idling across a residential street where ICE agents were conducting an immigration operation. An officer approached her door
That's what
and
I'm saying.
ordered
What
her
is they
out.
doing
She
at?
reversed briefly, then began to drive while turning to her right,
you
prompting
see?
the agent, since identified as Ross, to jump out of the way and fire 3 shots into the windshield
There it go, right
and then
there.
the window as it passed. Other surveillance video obtained by CNN also captured the moment leading up to Good's death, showing her plum-colored SUV pulling into frame and then letting out a passenger before making a turn perpendicular to the street, seemingly in an attempt to block traffic on the road where ICE had been operating. While protests have erupted across the nation, according to the Trump administration, there should be no question as to who is at fault. DHS Secretary Kristi Noem said the officer, a 10-year veteran of the agency, had acted in self-defense and was justified in opening fire, and that Good was part of a mob of agitators attempting to thwart ICE's efforts in enforcing President Trump's immigration crackdown. Vice President Vance firmly echoed that message in a press briefing on Thursday, January 8th.
The reason this woman is dead is because she tried to ram somebody with her car, and that guy acted in self-defense. That is why she lost her life, and that is the tragedy.
In any case, the shooting poured gasoline on the long, smoldering tensions between federal immigration agents and protesters who have fought back, at times violently, against the presence of agencies like ICE enforcing the law in their communities.
It's over.
Okay, let me say something, if I may say something. Now, gang, please hit the like button. I got a clip. Now, that clip right there with those bits and pieces that each and every last one of you guys just saw. The guy fall on the ground earlier, faking, but you couldn't see that one that good. Now, the whole scene hit different. Now, it's going to hit different with the one I'm going to show everybody tomorrow on my live. Now, there was a guy that was sprayed, the Boogeyman. Can I ask you a question, Boogeyman?
Sure.
Did you see the acting scene that I showed? Now, one part of the scene, he sprayed the guy in the face. He had no reaction, gang. What person has no reaction to being sprayed in the face and stands there with his hands in his pocket? And his hand stayed there. His hand stayed in his pocket. He sat there. He didn't fall, do nothing. Then he waited because it was an acting scene. The officer grabbed him and put him on the ground. He stayed there. He wiped his face with a little snow. He stayed on the ground. He didn't get up and run to avoid being arrested. They threw the other guy on the ground. They throw him on the ground. He sits there and moves slow. If you look at this scene, and now we see why there were so many cameramen in different places. Because you just seen on that breaking news, like I said, this stuff was going to be broken up to, like you said, to create a diversion, to spin a narrative. Because we got the full clip where you see the whole acting scene. But when I just saw this video that YG played, they did it in pieces. So imagine other places on the news that they're showing it different on what it looks like. Fake news. Fake news, guys.
That's fake news like a mug. Like that clip is floating around. The one that's in this clip, the full clip, that full clip is all fake.
Acting.
I wish I could upload it to this Take On Live.
It's all acting.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what we're seeing, y'all.
They made him go to the hospital.
And the media to make us act the way that we're acting.
Now, what media outlet is actually putting this kind of stuff out? That they're actually using. Is it like CNN? What?
No, it's mostly Fox. The New York Post, I believe, is another one that
oh, how biased.
Yeah, the New York Post is another one owned by the same guy that owns Fox. Okay, so he's the guy that runs Fox has about 10 newspapers. So you're going to see all of them.
Now, I haven't read the papers in a long time, but it's like you said, New York Post and all these news journalists and stuff like that. Are they still putting out the same kind of, if you want to call it, biased information like that too on different topics? Because I haven't read the paper so long.
His people,
but I'm just kind of wondering.
His people. I mean, the newspapers that are loyal to him understand a lot. He's actually sued about 10 news networks.
Oh, okay, that's what I'm kind of.
Sorry, Meek said it wasn't no acting. That whole clip was acting. I wouldn't lie to you, Meek.
I've been through gas chambers. I've been sprayed in the face with pepper spray, even bear spray.
Yeah, me too.
I know what all that feels like.
So let me ask you a question.
Oh man. Talk about you drop to your knees.
Yeah. Screaming, crying, snot coming out your nose and everything. That was the worst.
Y'all check out my live tomorrow. And I'll probably have an open panel to show that. We're gonna go over that. YG, you coming up? Because you're gonna make
it. Because it is fake.
It's fake. I got a clip that's all of
it. They
fake.
have to. Because he can't enact, or he can't bring the National Guard in. Think about it. He said that Oregon was burning down. They're burning down everything in Oregon. Then they show Oregon. There's no fires. There's no fires. They said there's riots in Minnesota because it's the only. Because the only way he could look, he doesn't care what's being shown. He just wants to justify it to his base. Okay. How could 10 cities in America be the worst crime and only Democrats run those cities? But yet we have a bunch of red states run by mayors that are Republican that have twice as much crime, but the National Guard wasn't sent to them. New Orleans has the highest murder per capita across the country. You know who is the congressional seat for New Orleans? Mike Johnson. Mike Johnson, the Speaker of the House, that's his congressional area, New Orleans. He wasn't sending the National Guard to Mike Johnson's area. He only sends it to the Democratic-run cities. And now he's talking about states. I mean, the Somalis.
The Project 2025 is enacted.
Yes, 65% of Project 2025 has already been enacted. 65%.
65%, gang. Are y'all listening?
Of 980 pages. 980 pages of Project 2025, and 65% of it has already been enacted.
What?
Think about it. The Department of Education is gone. It is bare minimum.
That was a silent.
The first week he was in office, he disbanded the Civil Rights Division of the Department of Justice. The next one to go was the White Collar Division of the Department of Justice. White collar, you know what that means? White collar division of the Department of Justice. They investigate people that steal stuff like stocks and bonds and embezzlement and stuff like that.
That was for him himself. That was all for himself right there in Epstein.
Yeah. I believe that. Those, because he committed a bunch of those crimes. But go ahead.
He pardoned 11 people that were convicted of embezzling at minimum about $2 million from people.
That was his homies.
He pardoned them.
That was his homie. That's straight up. Like, I got y'all, but don't worry about that.
Yeah. And when he pardoned them, he also abolished them of having to pay back the people they
Wow. No, you ain't got to do nothing, man. You good.
If you could, in a million words,
I'm gonna go on vacation. Be trip to Ireland.
Yeah. Let me ask you that too. I will ask that each and every last one of y'all. What do you think this whole agenda is? What is this for? If you could say they're trying to hide something, what is the biggest hide you think is going on? I'm gonna start with you, Boogie. What are your crimes?
Their crimes.
Himself, yeah.
You want to know? You want the truth?
Hell yeah!
They're hiding the New World Order.
Oh, I told you.
Okay.
But they got hiding.
Go hit the like button.
But it's in plain sight. But it's in plain sight for those who paying attention. Everything that they always have done in history, they always do it in plain sight. We just don't be aware of it because we're too distracted and don't know what's going on. So it's still, like we said, it's the same play they've been doing for 500 years. They had this country. They've been doing this stuff publicly, but at that time it was law already because they was forming the country. Now they can't be this out and do things like that. But they still have been showing us over the last, say, 100 years or so that these are the rules and this is what we're going to do. And either you like it or you don't like it. And we, got to the point where people got pushed to start saying we're not going to take this and we're going to start, when social media, if you want to say, came in when it first came with the media and the television and stuff like that, that changed the rules to the game because they started being broadcasted and shown for what they was doing. You can't hide anything anymore. And then for years, we've been saying in the neighborhoods, when we talk about police brutality and stuff like that, everybody had a story to tell about, your homeboy Ray or Pookie getting beat up. by the cops, and nobody believed it until Rodney King's situation, right? So here we are again, every 30, 40 years is a conflict and things start unraveling, the George Floyd thing and all the other kind of stuff. The cameras have kind of stopped and slowed that down. Everybody has a camera now. Everybody has a cell phone with a camera on it. So that slowed a lot of things down on that level. But when it comes to politics, which is mostly done behind closed doors, they still making these plays they've been doing.
But
they're still doing the same plays.
You know what erased all that? In 2015, he started making people fear the media as being fake.
That's
the first thing you do to topple a government or to take over control of a government is to make the people believe that the media is lying to you and that your media is the right media. Okay.
But it's the truth. It's the truth. The media has been lying to us from the time media came in. When have they told the truth?
The ones that he controls,
Fox, like we saying Fox News,
spin his narrative. He immediately made CNN the bad guy. He made MSNBC the bad guy. Okay, he made PBS the bad guy. He made CBS the bad guy. He's made all these people the bad guys because they wouldn't go along with his agenda.
Right, I was ready to say because they actually the one when you just named.
Wait,
they were actually the good
my sister's in
they
here.
They were actually the good ones. Now you say Fox. I'm still talking over you. I'm sorry, but at Fox, I'm trying to get my point across. Fox Media is one of the ones that actually, has been lying, and everybody now, like you just mentioned, Fox. I'm like, oh, he controls Fox.
Yes,
everybody knows that.
Murdoch owns Fox and 11 other news outlets.
Okay.
And you know what?
But hey, you guys go ahead. You go ahead and rock. I'm sorry. I was trying to get a point across.
Sorry, Dr. E, I'm sorry. I was so happy.
I get a point and I disappear and go back to the bed.
No, I'm so sorry. My sister is in here, and I was just so excited.
Salute, sis.
My real sister, my sister. So go ahead.
You know what? The truth just hit the nail on top of the head because that's what it is. Yeah, I'm here. Boogeyman just hit the nail on top of the head. Everybody in the chat, everybody that's listening, it's the new world order. One world government. A one world government.
Oh no, he's splitting up the world with China and Russia.
Do you? I think that they're all in it together.
Yes, they're splitting up the world between China, Russia, and us.
Right, because I always thought USSR stood for United States, Soviet, Russia.
No,
I think they all been together, gang.
Yeah, but now Putin, this is all a money grab.
That was a good one, wasn't it?
Yeah, this is all a money grab for them. Now they're going to divvy up the countries. The United States is going for the entire, all that Spanish or the Spanish peninsula all the way down to the end. He wants everywhere from Mexico all the way to the end, even the Caribbean. And Russia wants everything on that
is
side.
running it though?
Who?
Boogeyman, you think Musk is running it, Elon?
No. He's getting rich.
Why they say that all the time then?
No, he ain't running nothing. Putin's got more money than he does.
Think? Oh, wait, let's talk about this. Okay, you said Epstein files, bruh. Fear because the white race is about to be the, hold on. Let me get this comment.
The minority.
Okay. You think?
I think, honestly, I think Boogeyman made a great point, especially with the invasion of Venezuela, because that's one of the biggest in South America. And I think that that what he said is definitely making the picture a lot more clear, and everything that you guys have said on this live makes it's awesome, because like even taking over the news, we know that's what Hitler did, taking over the news, create narratives with the news, and it's just y'all just just took the veil off people's face when it comes to that, because and so you're thinking that they're separating it in threes, and before I didn't cut you off, or I don't know what happened, but Boogeyman, you said America wants everything down, and can you tell us the rest about far as what did Putin want and how they was going to separate that in the three?
Well, she just mentioned the oil companies. Russia is an oil company.
I said, damn.
Russia sells just as much oil as anyone else.
So with a question with the oil, I mean, since this new thing with the what you call it, electric power and all this other kind of stuff, do you think in the next, I don't know, say 60 years, is this going to be, we still going to be using oil, or was it supposed to be, what did Biden put in place? 2030 something that we supposed to be going and switching everything out of oil? So where does that kind of fall in?
He got rid of that.
So he did get rid of that.
Yeah, he vetoed that. He did an executive order kicking all that out. That now the car companies don't have to. They don't have a date.
Worry.
So what do you think the takeover of the big controversy over Greenland is for?
It's a resource grab.
Yeah, but we can't. No one's going to touch Greenland. Okay, we're not touching Greenland. Russia's not touching Greenland. China's not touching Greenland. Greenland is protected by the NATO treaty.
Listen, Boogeyman. Trump just bombed Venezuela.
Venezuela wasn't part of NATO.
No, listen. He just bombed Venezuela. We didn't believe him. He's been wanting to get out of NATO for years.
Well, he has to get out of NATO, but NATO will still be intact.
But why is the European nations, all of them, the French, the Denmark, Italy, Germany, all of them, they already have boats situated outside Greenland because they're anticipating Trump, i.e. Pete Hegseth, to attack Greenland, because Greenland, if we get Greenland. First of all, we won't. Greenland is rich with mineral resources. We need that to fuel AI. It's also a crucial part to the Arctic trade route. So we won't have the what you call. We won't have to use the Panama Canal because we have to pay taxes to them. That's why he wants Greenland. If you look at him, he wants
gonna be. Listen to my Mario. She's so smart. Go ahead, girl.
Yeah, I agree, but I'm a conspiracy super theorist. I think Antarctica.
Yeah, and I can't stand it. Here we go.
I think it all got tunnels down there. I believe in reptilians.
They probably do, man. I believe in aliens too.
I believe the reptilians is down there.
Don't get him started. Don't get him started.
Okay.
I'm just saying, I'm just gonna put a little sauce on it. But I believe that they're gonna build an underground bunker, just like the movie Greenland. I think something is tragic about to happen.
What do you think is under the ballroom? It's a bunker.
Exactly.
Did you know that? It's a bunker.
Really?
Yes. Under the ballroom is a bunker.
Under the White House is an actual train station.
Under the White House
is
a bunker.
Yes. You didn't know that?
No.
To where?
To Congress.
No,
and the rest of the
a bunker to withstand.
There is a bunker. Yes, there is a bunker. There's always been a bunker. There's been a bunker down there since the 1950s. Has been upgraded? Yes. There's an entire command center underneath the White House.
Yep.
Well, let me ask you a question then, Boogie. Let me ask you guys this. Don't you guys think it's kind of ironic that we've never had a drill for a national disaster?
I mean, they used to have nuclear drills back in the 1950s. Well,
but we have. If there was something, a national disaster about to happen, we would not know where to go.
I mean, because.
But don't you think our government should be training the
Are
people.
you guys watching the news?
Where are you going?
Well,
Not at the moment.
FEMA got doged.
Yeah, but where
Elon cut FEMA.
are you
They don't care
going?
about- They don't.
In a bunker.
You could build a bunker thousands of feet under the ground. The bombs that we have right now, okay, are about 80 times Hiroshima.
Yeah, I'm not going to speak on that because that's not my
Meaning, well, are you saying a bunker wouldn't help?
No,
the bunker will help. That's why you build the bunker.
no. Let me tell you something. If there's a direct hit on the White House, I don't care what bunker you're in. These things are made to penetrate. They're made to penetrate
purposely
hundreds of feet down.
But you said it's not going to save them.
You know what's going to save them?
They have plans. They have
space shuttle.
contingency plans. They already said they
Going tomorrow.
he has a whole plane. He has a whole plane called the Doomsday plane.
I just saying.
It's like it's an E-40. It's an E-40. I know about that plane because my husband works for Lockheed, and like he helped build that shit.
They're not. Look, they're not going to run and hide under the White House.
No.
They know a bomb will take it completely out. They evacuate him, get him in the air.
I know that's what I just said.
Okay.
I said he has a Doomsday plane. It's an E4.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. But here's the thing, though: they will never launch something that we don't see.
I mean, listen, I'm not going to underestimate. I've like what we failed to realize. I'm not going to underestimate these people.
Dark side of the moon. That's what they're doing.
Yeah, I know. Anything and everything is possible. Anything and everything is possible at this moment. I mean, this man campaigned on he's a peacetime president. It's all about America. And what are we doing? We bombing everywhere. He bombed Venezuela. He bombed Nigeria. He bombed Yemen. He bombed Qatar. He's bombing everywhere. So I'm not gonna like me personally. I like enemy of my enemy. You know what I'm saying? You be stupid to be remiss to like not take this man seriously.
Now one more question on one question on all this. Where he's getting all this power from? Because what happened to all the voting that's supposed to go on in the process? What happened to that?
He's circumventing this via executive order.
Yeah, well, Congress.
Right now, Congress is dominated. Both House and the Senate is dominated by the minority.
They're allowing him.
They're allowing him to do it. So all he has to say is, I want to do this. I want to bomb this and this and this because it's national security.
So this is what I've been telling a lot of people. So basically, he's the front man for what they want to do because they allowing him to do it.
Well, right now, Trump isn't really running the show. All he really cares about is his ballroom. It's
Miller is running.
Miller, yes. Stephen Miller is right. That Nazi.
Yeah, I mean that's what I'm ready to say. It's like, who's really running the country? Because think about it, this is just me on politics. Yeah. You have a front man that does all the talking, and he's the puppet. Mm-hmm. You have the other people in the background. That's the organization, the group, and say we're going to put you in the front, and you're going to handle our business. You understand what we're saying? We got you. Boom. So then he's out here doing all this stuff and we saying he's doing it. And meanwhile, the other people in the back, like I just said, they give him all this power. They allow him to do what he wants to do, are actually getting their agenda taken care of.
I know, Ruby.
That's how politics works.
That's how. I mean, it's give and take. Right now, Trump isn't running the show. He just wants his name on everything. He like
right. That's
like, what he's all pure narcissistic. He's a narcissist. Trump has no ideology.
Right, there you go.
Miller has a boss.
Yeah, listen, Miller has an ideology. I mean, Stephen Miller has an ideology. Bannon has an ideology. These are the people that are working in the background.
So that's what I'm kind of saying. So you kind of take the front man out for a second. put him on the shelf right now, and then you start really thinking about the people who's giving him this power, allowing the ships, allowing the bombs, allowing all this stuff to happen. Those people are the ones who have the power. They just got him doing like he wants to be saying, "Hey, I want the credit." Okay, we give you the credit. Go ahead, take it.
He's a puppet right now. All the
That's
people
right.
like Elon Musk, all of them, because they donated
There you
to
go.
they
I
donated
just said
millions to his
that.
campaign. Yeah, they donated
There you go.
millions to his campaign.
There you go.
McMahon, she's
There you go.
secretary.
I don't want to believe
She's
you.
secretary of education because she donated millions to his
Because what
campaign.
I want to do right there by just saying that little statement I just brought up, I want to put that out there because at the end of the day, that's what they want us to see is that narrative that Trump is really controlling all this. But when you sit back and really look at it, it's kind of like the way our country's supposed to be set up. That's not even possible unless they pushing him up there to do that. They got him ass front man because he wants to be like you say he's a narcissist. He got all this ideology and all this other kind of stuff. Right? They put him in place because he's the perfect person. He's been placed there from the very beginning. Now he's been placed there. Now everything that's going on is not really him doing it. It's the people allowing him to do it in the back.
Go look at all the people that got tax breaks.
I know exactly.
There you
Follow
go.
the money
There
trail.
you go.
Elon Musk,
There you go.
Marvin
There
Johnson,
you
the
go.
Plantier people, all of them.
There you go.
Well, if
All
you
the
really want to,
billionaires,
if you really want to
Zuckerberg.
see, who's running the country, go back to his inauguration and look at
Elon.
all the
But they were
billionaires,
all there on the front
all
row.
the
There you go.
billionaires that were
There,
lined up behind him. Those
there
people
you go.
are getting
There you
all
go.
the money because of everything he does.
There
They
you go.
know before he does it.
And I'm going to compare one more thing. See, this happened back in the day when you had everybody how they said the race, to the new world, like you just mentioned the new world or earlier. They did this back in history, right? When they had all the European countries or whatever, Spain and all Portugal, all these different people, they were running to the Caribbean to do the same play back 500 years ago, and they made America out of that, right? And then America, took over and dominated and beat all the other ones out. But at the end of the day, they've been doing this ever since that particular part of time in history. It repeats itself. So here we are now, about 500-600 years later, and it's the same thing happening. But like you said, it's still been, I don't know, rum and whatever back in the day, and gold. Now it's still about gold, uranium, and all these other minerals. But it's always been something. And then that is also made a profit off of. Like you said, they even got to the point where it's like, hey, well, we still want to be in control with the oil thing right now. Let's go ahead and veto that whole little policy or whatever was put in place so we can still do what we want to do. So they making these same plays, and it's kind of like for those of us kind of paying attention, because I really hate politics, but for those who's paying attention to when you break it down, it's the same story. It's like they're doing the same play again, but it's in our modern day times now. The oil, the Ukrainian uranium, and all this other kind of stuff. It was the rum, and it was the gold back in the day, and gold's still there. And at the end of the day, these people, these powers that be, like we said, all these billionaires and trillionaires, wherever that money came from, they've been running it since back then. These same families, these same people, and then you find out, what's been a little going, diving deep on this one. All the presidents, pretty much in the last, at least about 50 of them, they are related. Obama too. They're all cousins and family people and kin people.
I said that yesterday.
So that's telling you something.
Right.
Real quick,
that's telling you something, right?
Go ahead. Let me introduce my sister.
I'm done. I just dropped points.
There's one more. My sister just
have
came
some
up. My
chew on.
sister. Shawnee, can you hear us?
I can. Hey, y'all.
Say hi. Tell them who you are. Go ahead.
Shawnee, can I ask you a question?
You can.
Do your words that you got for your name mean we the black people will F you up?
What?
No. I was just sitting here. I was just sitting here trying to remember what I
That's what it looked like. It said WB, WTB.
Yes,
we the black people will F you up, right?
Yes. Listen, I was
Shawnee,
sitting here
tell
trying
me.
to think what I was I think it might be something about me being a future lawyer. No, I don't know what
Tell them who you are. Give them a little bit about your background. This is my real sister in real life.
Who are you?
Tell them, sis. That's my
I
sister.
don't.
Oh, you're for real, sister?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, girl.
Hey, y'all.
Gotta tell them your background, boo.
Well, I don't really like talking about myself because when I start talking, it's gonna sound like I'm trying to be
Just
something
talk.
that
They
I'm.
don't
I
care.
can't.
Just talk.
I can't.
We're interested. Talk about yourself.
Okay. Hey, y'all.
Hey, y'all.
So, so just like Pumpkin. Oh, P. What they
God,
call?
you could
What
call
they
me
call you?
Pumpkin.
Oh, good.
You could call me Pete. Yeah, they don't care. They know my nickname. Some of them do. Go ahead.
Anyway, like P said, I'm from Pittsburgh. I am now 50. I'll be 52 tomorrow. Tomorrow's actually my birthday.
Happy
Yep.
birthday.
Thank
Birthday.
you. I am the mother of 3 kids. I have a 14-year-old daughter and a set of 12-year-old twins.
Beautiful.
I'm a
I
twin
am
Oh
too,
a
wow.
but go ahead.
yeah. I
And
am
she had a
a
boy girl, just like me.
What?
But go ahead.
um
Oh, okay.
I have I'm a widow. My husband passed away 5 years ago.
Sorry.
I am a retired Navy Chief Petty Officer. I was a cryptologist for 20
Oh,
years.
Oh,
my
you're
sister.
interesting. Okay, I'm oh.
when I re- when I retired from the Navy, I started building houses. So I'm a licensed realtor and a South Carolina residential builder. And I am
Oh,
presently in law school. So today was the first day back to my
Yep.
second semester. Thank
Congratulations.
you.
congratulations. Yeah.
Thank
Hey,
you. Thank
you
you.
make
Thank
a
you. Thank
major
you.
move.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm
Yes.
trying to, right? I'm trying to because my body is old. I can't keep building houses and shit. And the other part is it's a lot of risk, right? You have to worry about all your contract, your subcontractors and them not
Mhm.
falling off the roof, cutting off a finger, you know
Oh,
what I
wow.
mean?
That's right.
And also the risk of them messing up, your client's house. So if they mess something up, you got to pay for that. Or, it's just a lot of risk. And it was really too much for me, considering I was, a single mom that have to put
Mhm.
3 kids to school. I can't be in the court, room fighting cases and stuff because of, you know what I mean?
Now, was
So
that something that your husband, that was something you guys did together when he was living?
yes, so
Was he?
I retired in 13 and he retired in 18. And then he
Okay.
passed away in 2020. So
Mm,
we started the business in 15 because I was still
okay.
pregnant with the twins when I retired
Oh,
in 13. So um I kind of did a lot of the legwork. Well, I won't say that because I was really being a mom and just chilling and shit. But I did do some stuff in the background. But when
okay.
15 came, we was up and running our business. We started just flipping houses, right?
Uh, okay.
And so we did that for a long time. So
So
once he retired, we started doing it
y'all was
ourselves.
buying
Hmm.
houses and refixing them up. Y'all was doing that or building them
Yep,
from the
yep,
ground up.
yep. We started
Oh,
doing that, and then once he passed away, I started doing from the new construction. So
oh, okay.
yeah, but it's not my thing, right? So, but logically, the way God works, right, in mysterious ways. I'll
Hmm.
just say this one thing before I move on and get back to this ice thing because that was really good. Um, when I was a little girl, I always said, like, yo, I want to be a lawyer. I remember I was 6 years old when I said it. I remember where I was when it happened, but life didn't, work out for me. I couldn't afford to go to college immediately after high school. You know what I'm saying? I went to the
Right,
military when I was
Yep.
19, but
right.
I graduated when I
Oh,
was 17. So I was sitting at home fucking off
Yep.
for 2 years, right?
No, tell the
Um,
story how you wanted me to
wow.
how you wanted me to wait. We
oh my
wanted to go on a buddy plan.
yes, but you left
Oh,
before
okay. The buddy
me.
plan. I know about.
Yeah, but I
He
left.
left it for you. Huh?
But so, you know, I end up going to the military, retiring, got into real estate. So in the state of South Carolina, that's where I live. Um, you know, you
Okay.
get your real estate license, you could become a builder. But
Right.
you can sell houses, you can build houses, and then the only thing next is to close on them, because we're a state where you have to close when you buy a house with an attorney. Some states you don't need an attorney, some states you need title. Anyway,
Oh.
so an attorney is the next logical thing for me. So you see how God be playing with you, right?
Oh.
Because
Girl, look at
Oh.
God. Girl,
because there's
girl, where
no
were you when we were buying? I needed you when I was buying our house, girl, because
girl.
we live in Georgia and we wanted a black builder, but we couldn't find one to save our lives.
Oh wow. And that's
Uh.
the
So we gotta
crazy
go
part,
with
because
the
there's tons down there. There's so many black folks doing so much in real estate.
girl.
Rich folks now, rich black folks. Young too, young.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
But yeah, that's kind of who I am. Thank you so much, guys, for listening to me go on about myself.
No,
But I just
that
wanted
was
to
really
share.
cool. I mean,
Good.
it interests me too because that was my major in college. Actually, I was a construction management major when I
Oh
was in
wow.
college, and
Mhm.
that was one of the things I was going to do was try to get into contracting or something like that after I graduated and work for the men for a while in the system. I was going to do my own thing too, but it didn't work out that way. But that's how I kind of got the name Dr. E. As a
Oh, okay.
disclaimer, I don't have a doctorate degree or anything, but I went to school for so long, and C Dub kind of nicknamed me Dr. E when he found out how much education I got, and I got into truck driving. But I went to the military too.
Okay, Dr.
I
E,
went to the
nice to meet
military
you.
too. Yep. Yeah.
What
I went to the
branch?
military too. Army Reserve, because
Of
I was doing that
course.
Thank you for
construction
your
thing.
service.
So
Thank
Thank
you
you
for
for
your
yeah,
your service.
service,
appreciate
sir.
it. Appreciate it. And so that's how I got in school. And then I went to the military, did the reserves. I didn't go active. I went to reserves, had one foot in
Mhm.
school and one foot in the military. And then I let school go and I just went to the military. But that's when I ended up becoming how you say, an engineer by default because I was
Mhm.
in a crane operator. I was a crane operator, heavy construction equipment operator, and all that. And they consider
Mhm.
all those under the core engineers. So that's how I got
Right.
my thing. My
Right.
mom was happy that I still became an engineer
Mhm.
without
Mhm.
actually having a piece of paper. And then I learned how to drive trucks while I was doing that training. So that's how the whole
Mhm.
truck driving thing came in for me. So I had to do something that was going to make up for the money I was not going to get as an engineer. And truck driving
Mhm.
became it. I've been doing it 22 years now, going on 23 this coming year. So
Oh
that's how I
wow.
got into truck driving. Yep. And I still want to, and of course, I guess with the with the education side of it, I
Yep.
still want to get to that money and invest it into real estate because, like you said, I still had an interest in real estate. That's why I was listening to what you were saying because I still wanted to just buy property. Because with the VA, I'm even going to buy myself a home this year. So
Yeah.
that's what I kind of want to do is to use that VA to buy some properties and then have something so I can leave a legacy to my daughter. I have a daughter that wants to be a veterinarian right now, so leaving her a
Oh
legacy of
wow. Mhm.
that's what would be
Yeah,
really great.
but wait, I wouldn't do it now. Wait till the market gets a little bit better and see what you can. I
Well,
know. Wait,
no,
see.
I'll
I,
tell you. No, no,
I,
no. I will
I've
tell you
been out.
this.
Yeah,
No, I'll
Huh?
tell you
yeah.
this.
I've
The
been out. I've
market
been out
is
so long.
amazing. It's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, I'm about to say that. Yeah, because the way things are kind of running right now,
Our county told
Yeah.
us
by
to hold
being
out.
veterans, right? By being veterans, see, we get the discount that a lot of other people
Yeah,
don't
100.
get.
You guys
So,
gotta get 100% down, right?
Well,
right,
no.
right, right. We
Well, see,
zero down.
see that
Zero
a lot
down.
of people, there's a big misconception of exactly what it is. So like
Right.
when you use your VA loan, right, really it's not even a loan. It is just a
Exactly.
guarantee that should
Yeah.
you default on your loan, that
Yeah.
the VA will pay for it.
Oh,
Now, there are
Yeah.
some added benefits that come with that, like no down payments,
Yeah. That part.
no insurance
Lower interest rate.
premiums.
Lower
no
interest. Right.
Yes.
PM.
Lower interest
You
rate.
you still have to have a PMI.
No PMI. You don't
Hmm.
have to pay
Right.
that. But you still
That's
have to qualify for your loan and everything
right. Yeah.
else. Um,
Yeah.
but
You're right.
it's not really a loan because what you turn in is a certificate of eligibility
Yep,
stating
that's what I'm trying to get right
that,
now. That's right. That paper.
and you could go right online and get that in 2
Yeah,
minutes.
that's what I was trying to find out because when I try to go online and do it, they try to give me all these complications. Or being on the road with just a cell phone, I'm like I don't have the access to really sit down and do what they want me to do to get that certificate. But I found the real estate companies, like you said, if you're buying a home or whatever, they do that service for you, free of charge. So I'm like, okay, well y'all do that for me then. So I'm working with about 3 or 4 that I'm looking at these different housing areas right now in Dallas, Texas. Looking for them to do that, but
I want to
wait for all my
move to where y'all at.
Oh,
yeah,
Dallas
Dallas is
is
popping.
I know. I want to go.
yeah,
That's
but
where I want to. I
Dallas
want to
is
move to
nice.
Dallas.
What are you
Dallas
not
is popping.
considering? Are you considering in within the city, or are you trying to move on the
Mm-mm.
outskirts?
I
Around the
want to go.
outskirts,
Okay,
around the
okay.
What do you
outskirts.
guys
I'm
heard
looking at
about? What have you
yeah,
guys heard about Frisco?
yeah. I'm from Cali. I'm
I know,
cool on
no,
Frisco.
Frisco, no, Frisco, Texas. They say
Oh,
Frisco, Texas.
Frisco, Texas. When you say Frisco, I think California.
I thought you said
Frisco,
Frisco
Texas.
too.
Yeah, that's that's what I'm thinking. Like, now I'm cool on Frisco, but no, the other one over here in Texas, that's we call it. Well, I guess we're in California. That would be like a Beverly Hills. You
Oh,
know, for I guess you say status and money because it's kind of expensive. I have about 3 friends that live over there that graduated. Went to Grambling State with me, university back in the day, and they're doing pretty well, and they live in that area. So but like
are
I
there
said,
a
they're
lot of
doing
black
financially
people
pretty
there?
well.
Are there
Oh,
a
you
lot of
Yeah,
went to
black
it's
people?
Grambling.
quite. I went to Grambling. That's one of my schools. I went to Tuskegee, and I went to
Okay.
Grambling as well. I
You
went
did
to
the
two. That's why.
HBCUs?
That's
Okay.
why I'm
Did
Doctor
you
E.
pledge?
Yeah, I did too.
Did you
I did
pledge?
pledge the band fraternity. Band
Uh,
fraternity. Kappa
okay.
Kappa Psi.
Okay.
hmm Yeah, I was in the band. I was a drummer on the drum line. Like they made the
Mm,
movie Drumline. I was like,
okay.
Okay.
I mentioned other people. They had a character in that movie named Ernest. That was me. For real. Everything he kind of went through when he was on the drum line, just wanted to make it. He didn't care what he played because he played them all. But it's like
Yeah.
I just want to make the drum line. And then when they had the fraternity that flashed him, where they say, hey, he's gonna make it. That was the fraternity. They was giving little codes like, yeah, we want him in because we want him in the fraternity. So that's kind of the same situation I kind of went through when I was in school. The grades were struggling, but they like, we want him in. We're gonna do some study hard. You're gonna play us as frat. So that's what it was for me. Everything was banned for me ever since I was in the 8th grade. That in LA, that was my cool points. I didn't play football or basketball and that like that, so I had to do something in the hood besides gang banging, and so that was my avenue, drumming. I was a drummer, and drumming
I'm
was
about to
cool.
be a band mom because my boy, he's on right now. He's in the 6th grade,
Okay.
and this is his 2nd year on tuba. The boy is
Ah,
amazing. Like he can read the music. Like I mean, he
there
can
you
play
go.
by sight. Like or is that something play by ear or something? They say. Um,
Yeah, yeah, you
and
can play by ear and sight, so he got that natural ability.
yes,
I mean, because
yes.
you have a trained musician and you have a gifted musician. I was a trained musician. I wasn't one that had that gift you said your son had. I had to have somebody really
Mhm.
work with me. And then when I got to in high school, I realized you got the snare drum players and you got the tenors and bass and whatever. So, like you said
Mhm.
about sight read, you can read the music. You got to be real with yourself. Do you have the wrist and do you have the arm and the hand control to actually do the snare? Or you need to
Yeah.
move on over there to the back tenor. I found out I was need to move on over to the tenor and whatever. So yeah, I didn't have no risk. You know what I'm saying? It was like, you know what? I just locked up my hands up. Nah, I'm putting the sticks down. So I left the sticks and went to the mallets. Yeah, you know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? So you have to realize what you really have and what you don't have. And I realized then I didn't have that. When it came to the music, the same thing. I could play the basic 16 notes and quarter notes and all that kind of stuff. But when it came to all the rolls and the paradiddles and all that, my hands just locked up. Said, "No, you ain't the one. Let me go ahead and fall back to the bass drum."
What y'all want to do? What
So
y'all want to do?
yeah,
Yeah, so you done went way above all of our heads because all I was saying was I'm a band mom and my son played the tuba. I don't know what the hell you just said. So I'm just going,
yeah, that's how
I'm
that's
gonna
me.
pass the
You,
mic.
yeah, but Yeah, yeah, but you see how dedicated and passionate I was in the band. Like you said, when I did the band, that's why I did the band fraternity. Just kind of closing that off, because I looked at everything for me was from the band. You know what I mean? So I was like you said, a band head. I was a band head since the 8th grade. You know what I'm saying? So I get passionate about it. I love it. Even C-Dub
Oh,
know
we can
if you look at
tell.
my
We
face.
can tell, bro. We
Wait,
can
hold on,
tell.
y'all. Hold on. Y'all done went all the way personal, like y'all on a
I
baby
know. Let's go
show.
back to
Stop
ice.
the press. Stop the press. I got about another 30 minutes, and I'm closing out. I got to get up at 3 a.m. What y'all want to talk about? No, right? No,
Hey, but
seriously, though.
we'll do another show on that.
Yes,
We'll definitely do that. We'll do another show on HBCUs or something.
definitely. Well, yeah, we can. Yeah, we can. But
But yeah,
look, I'm
what's
closing
the
it. I
top?
need
What do we leave off on to get back on top? Since I turned it around, let me turn it back around the other way. What
well,
would we leave off on what we was getting ready to get into about this politics?
Marion dropped off. Truth had to get
Oh,
back to work. That's why I let y'all
oh,
go on
dang.
top. Yeah. I need the watch hours anyway. So Teddy.
Oh, okay.
So it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. Bro, you there? Dove just
I'm
got
right here,
back.
gang.
So we had a bunch of people following. I got about another
You see,
maybe
you see,
20,
you
30
see, I went
minutes.
one. I went on one. C-Dub. I went on one. I found a niche.
Hey, I let y'all vent,
Right?
gang. Y'all vent. At this point, I just think about this whole thing is that, it
Mhm.
has its little conspiracy bits. It's, I got a lot of knowledge today on some certain
Mhm.
things when it came to what's going on down there in ICE and what's going on with Trump and this whole narrative that they're trying to
This was
create.
a good laugh. Another one.
It's a great live. There's a lot of information in it, and at this point, some of the content that it's more and more that come out every day to enlighten people. And at least we set the guideline and put the blueprint out
Yes.
for people to start paying attention, because this was a great blueprint, along with how we could just carry on with this until we get justice in the streets and just people start to realize, like you put out before, about all the laws. Know your laws before you step out and try to go against any authority. And if you do go out against any authority, make sure that you follow the proper guidelines so you don't end up
Yes.
like Renee Good.
Period.
I think another
Period.
thing is, like, we can't sit and watch one news channel and think we're gonna get, you know what I'm saying, the absolute truth. Because first of all, like you guys said it earlier, the media will lie to you. They've been lying to us forever and ever and ever. Now
Yes.
it is so far out of control. But I would recommend, right, getting on YouTube, because this is where I get my news every day, and I get I get a large.
That's what I'm
That's a fact,
saying.
y'all. Wait, that's a
And
fact. The
and
boy
the
Right.
other
man.
part is, there's also on YouTube, you could go up, slide across. I don't know how everybody else's is set up, but there's one that say Congress, and you can sit and listen to some of the congressional
Mm.
hearings that are going on, just so you can be in the know, right?
Yep.
Of what's happening, because it's rough out here. It's about to be bad. And Project 2026 is coming after women completely.
And like
And I know
Oh,
it was
Boogeyman said, it's 66%, if I'm not mistaken, that's what he said, of the 2025 Project 2025 is already in act is active right now. So man, so
Mhm.
mm.
what's another
That joker almost
40%
done.
out there that they just got 40% more, and we're in total lockdown. So
That's because the next thing agenda is abortion and women's
Yes.
rights.
Listen, I'm telling you, the reason why they are on
The
this
table turn.
is because they need to grow the white population. Look at the numbers; they don't lie. The pure white race is about to be the minority in the next 15, 20 years, 25, 30 years. Just look it up. It's a real thing. And it's all out in it's in Project 2025. You can read it for yourself.
Yes, they want to pay people to have babies. They don't
What?
want to. They don't
That's
want to
why
pay. They don't want to pay black people to have babies. They don't want to pay
no.
Mexicans. They want to pay white people to have babies. More babies you have, more money they give you. Now that's only going to be a one-shot deal. So it's not like they're gonna give you money every month. They're gonna give you money for every child you produce.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Okay.
But only white. So are you saying only that law is only gonna pass for white women?
And listen,
No.
it's not going to even be a law. And all these
Yeah.
executive orders that he put out can all be reversed once a new president comes in. What Congress is doing is they're not allowing stuff to happen and they're voting on bullshit. Like that big, beautiful bill is going to kill thousands of people because the healthcare. Now, I heard they came in and voted and extended something. You know, I've been back in the book, so it's difficult.
Congress has said it. Still has to go to the Senate. And then it
Okay.
still has to go to his desk.
Him, yeah, he's gonna veto that bullshit or leave it on his desk for 2 million years.
So I understand that
Yeah, that's not like him.
there's
In
a
a power position.
there's a bunch of stuff sitting on the top of the water. It's the stuff underneath you got to worry about, because with abortion rights comes voting rights.
Well, you already see what they've done to the Voting Rights Act. There's only it's barely hanging on just by one section. So
That's because the Supreme Court has already nullified about 4 or 5 or upheld lawsuits that the states that Republican states have brought to them to say that but he said it the other day. He said DEI and all that stuff is the white race should be was the only one that should be given reprimation. I'm like, what?
listen, did you heard him say? You heard him say all white men should file
What the hell?
EEOC complaints.
Yes, but Vance said you don't have to. What did Vance said?
Oh, wait.
You don't have to apologize for being white
anymore. What
anymore? Did they ever?
What KK? What KK shit is this?
Never. When did they apologize?
I don't know.
So this is
damn.
What in the Ku Klux Klan did he say?
Well, wait. Now, in the words of the late great Charlie Kirk, you know, their Jesus. He said it himself. He said Michelle Obama, Ketanji Jackson, the Supreme Court justice, Ketanji Jackson, Michelle Obama, and he mentioned like 2 others.
Joy Reid.
Yeah,
all of which are all Ivy League graduates.
Yes, he said it. They took the place of qualified white men. He didn't say white women. He said white men.
And that's why if you look at if you look at the numbers of the government jobs that were taken, the large majority of them were Black women. Messed us up. Like there's a huge they either offered them retirement packages, right? Some of them just got they didn't fire people and say you're out of a job. There were people still getting paid up until January 1st, and they didn't work practically the whole year. Right? Some people got to retire. Yeah, they did a whole bunch of bullshit, and then they had to hire a whole bunch of people back.
But not the people they fired. Not the people they fired. Yeah. So the United States government erased 200,000 jobs. Since Trump has came into office, he has erased 200,000 government jobs.
Wow.
But you know why though? Because but here's the other part. This is the one piece as a Black woman that I argue against that theory of DEI, because truth be told, well, we know the most educated demographic right now is Black women. That's statistically proven, right? And as such, we already come in prepared. So the problem for us was we weren't getting the interviews, right? Our resumes would get us there. Then they would see Chantel Wallace and be like, "Oh fuck no, she's Black.
Be careful
Get
what
the
you
fuck
name your
out of here."
kids.
Right?
Both of
Get
my
the fuck
kids
out
got
of here.
corny names.
Yeah.
You can't tell what they are, my kids.
And so that's what those
Yeah.
DEI,
Well, you gotta name
that's
your
what
children
DEI
right now.
offered us. It took away the barrier of them, you know, it forced them to take all applications and not. So when he says black women took all the white men's job because those fuckers weren't qualified, trained, or educated. So they when we came in prepared, right? We got the jobs, and so now we took them. No, we came in qualified, bro. That's the only way.
Yeah.
Because they wouldn't let us in any other way. So then we get in and they're like, oh shit, these motherfuckers are smart. They are great.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God.
And that's one more thing I'm gonna throw in there too about what they did to HBCUs. They taught us when when we did get to the point where we had children one day, not to put those color coded names on ourselves and our children. So that way, like you said, that resume would slide to the front, and then they have to give you that interview. In other words, if you like my daughter, for example, my daughter's name Marlena. Can you tell what nationality my daughter is by having that name?
Kinda, yeah.
You would think, because you would think that she's what, Spanish,
your
or
last name. Your last
she's
name. You
What's
put
the last
the
name?
first
Well,
name and last name to get. Don't say.
You need the last
I'm a
name.
black. I'm a black.
What's the last
I'm a
name?
black Irish. McCall. I'm a black Irish
Oh,
man.
she's black all day long. She's black. Everybody know Marlene.
You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
Marlene. Marlene is right. So, being in California at the time, I thought about, I would put that name on her because California demographically at that time was mostly Hispanic. So the people that's in hiring management positions are all Hispanics. So when they see her name on paper, they're gonna think two things: she's Hispanic and she's half white.
But
McCall is white.
why should we as black people have to change how we decide to name
Well,
our kids? If I want to name my kids some shit from a movie I seen or some shit I made up, but my name and my husband's name, why can't I do that without my kids being?
But you just said the reason why. You just said the reason why,
I
because
know what it is. I'm just saying
somebody's camera's on.
We shouldn't.
We beat you. Good.
Yeah, we shouldn't do that.
We should. So what I did to I'm just gonna say what I did in the middle though. I still gave her a black name though. I still put Tiana in the middle. You know Tiana's black.
Oh,
so there you go.
Wait, let me say this. let me say this. For laughs, go ask for an application, not from Walmart. Ask for an application from one of the a good job, okay? Just a good job. You will now see that race is back on there.
Yeah, that's another thing we was also taught too. Never put it on there.
No, but it's
you don't
on
check
there.
It.
It's on there now.
You don't check
but when did it come off? I didn't think it ever came off.
No, it was always.
We was taught never to even.
Yes, it did.
Right. Right, and we was always taught, even with that box too. Don't check it. What they got to do with your job qualifications?
Well, under the Civil Rights Act, you can't.
Yeah, fuck the civil rights shit. We already know this country is bullshit. We already know this country is bullshit. Don't even check the box.
It was a law that you cannot be discriminated on race, age.
You believe that? You believe that?
No, I don't believe it.
But if you take, listen,
you believe that?
You can't take race off of applications or anywhere because the businesses, corporations, they get money off of the number of minorities that they bring in. They
say that. Right, but they say that, but you have the option not to put it, because I'm just saying, when you do that, you also put yourself in a position, now that they know your race, they can discriminate against your application. You think they're not going to? They did it for 400 years?
Yeah, but
if you're private, you can do whatever you want.
You couldn't, because you could be sued.
You could be sued unless
now
if you're out there
can't
blatantly out there like, oh my God, I don't want to fight. I don't want you because you're white. Right.
But now the companies don't have to give that data to the United States government anymore.
Because nobody's collecting it.
Exactly.
There's
That's why.
nobody there to do it.
Nobody checking it.
There's nobody in the Civil Rights
Offices are all
Division.
shut down. They're all gone.
There's no one in the Civil Rights Division. They eliminated the Civil Rights Division.
I go with that.
Destroyed their legal, like all of their lawyers. There's so many. They lost so many good attorneys. So many.
They're down 50%.
So like you said, so all those jobs, those are the 200,000 jobs. About 100,000 those had something to do with that, probably, didn't they?
Well, it was both.
You think those are the ones? I think those are the ones that got eliminated. He fired the people that was going to be investigating him. The ones going to be standing up for civil rights. The ones going to be standing up for all this stuff. He fired those positions. All them government positions that was lined up to protect people is the ones he fired. Am I right or wrong?
And he shut down. You're absolutely right. He shut down plenty offices, programs, organizations that didn't align with the, that were in 100% alignment with Project 2026. This is how it was accomplished through these executive orders.
Well, but here's the thing. Everyone knows about the judge advocates and the attorney, not the attorney generals, the inspector generals. Right? Yeah. We all know about the inspector generals. The inspector general's main job is to look for discrimination, look for fraud, look for things that are falling between the cracks, look for people that are getting double paid, and people to tell them that, hey, this is what they did to me. This is what they're doing right now to me. This is if you were a whistleblower, you went to the inspector general, right?
Yeah, through the EEOC, which they closed half of
that's
that.
gone. Yeah, that's gone. Yeah. But the first week he was in office, he fired almost 80% of them.
Yeah,
I believe that.
They won.
It was a plan. And once again, like you said, the I hate to say the parties because both parties really the same to me. I'm independent, but when it comes to both parties, they pretty much made this agreement together. Like, hey, this is what we're going to do, so we can make all this fall in line. Because at the end of the day, both parties on both sides.
They're not in agreement. The parties aren't in agreement at all.
No, the Democrats. The Democrats want the inspector generals back.
They're just outnumbered. Like we don't have. When I don't say we, because I'm a Democrat, but I'm more of a liberal kind of Democrat, but not like I'm not left. I'm not way left. I do believe I'm not a socialist, but I believe that the government is obligated to help the people.
Right. Okay.
So I believe that programs help because there are people who can't help themselves, but that's a different story.
True. Agree with that. I'm independent, but I agree with you.
We're just outnumbered, but here's the thing.
Dr. E. Stop it. Oh my God.
Turning over seats and
by
February or March, we might have the House might be democratically run.
Well, there's five votes is the majority right now. I think it's 3 now because they lost 2 more. So there's 3 votes that go. So they can only lose 3 Republicans in order to break it even where it's 50-50. Right? Same thing in the Senate. There ain't but 3 or 4 vote difference up there, which the Senate makes a difference.
I got one question on this politic thing. Do you think the electoral thing should still stay in place? Or should it be taken out?
I don't like the electoral college.
No one does, but it's pretty much what
it's all we have.
Yeah, the lines drawn. Understand, there's red states, there's blue states. The purple states that don't know.
But do you think? I mean, it should get to the point where we should just do like the regular, like you vote for your mayor and all this other kind of stuff. Don't you think it should just be
the majority wins?
The majority popular vote should win, right? I mean, that's what you're doing for the people. So, what are this Democrat and Republican thing? I mean, the Bloods and the Crips, we already got that. We got it. Okay, but today.
You know what I'm
saying?
But you got to understand something.
I'm just saying.
The states like California supports 7 states.
California is a donor state.
Yeah.
California is the 4th largest economy in the world.
But what I'm saying is, but what I'm saying is, if you eliminate the whole, Republican Democrat thing, and just do the total votes is gone, and then you just do the popular vote for all people. When they make the even field, when they make it plain.
You're about to turn us into some autocratic something. No,
it's good and
you
bad.
need a democracy. You need a democracy.
It's good and bad, because again, if it was that way, they wouldn't have to go in and try to swoon states. They would just try to pound you with their message, and just try to get more Republicans to vote for them than Democrats. Now they have to go state for state.
And those large states, what the Electoral College does, it prevents those bigger states from dominating the outcomes.
But what I'm saying, I mean, I get what you guys are saying about the whole thing, but it goes right back to the system again. I'm saying eliminate that, right? So if I was just going off of popular votes, like let's say everybody in, it don't matter what region you're from or whatever, the presidents are running up there and everybody picks who they want as president. You feel what I'm saying? Just go off the popular vote, because if everybody, just say, I'm just going to just name Joe Blow. I ain't going to say anybody president's name, but Joe Blow gets up there and runs against Joe Smoke. And Joe Blow wins because he's the most popular one. That's all that really should matter. Period. All the red and bloods and Crips and stuff on this side and the west side over here, east side over here, that shouldn't even be playing politics.
The main
that shouldn't even play.
The main reason they did what they did with the Electoral College is because there's a lot of states.
Slavery.
And they were undereducated, so they were told what to do, and they just did it. So you're going to get a state, and they're just going to tell their people what to do, and then you get 50 trillion votes from this state, and then you got another state that is pretty much.
But see, at that time when it was, like you said, forming the country, they could tell people what to do. But now they can't really tell people what to do.
Well, then people didn't even have voting rights, right? There was
that's my point.
There was not even I mean, America's only 250 years old, right? So there's only been voting, right? There's only been a real like a United States for 250 years. So, but really, the risk of the popular vote, it goes back to those big states, because like you go to California, New York, Illinois, right? Those are largely populated states. Those three states alone could determine the election, and the other 47, it will be nothing. So that's why you can't do the popular vote.
But I'm saying if that's who the popular person is going to be, then that's who the popular person is going to be.
But you got you got to protect the Constitution, because there's state powers.
But who you protecting? I mean, because if you like Joe Smo and the rest of the country like Joe Smo too, and he's winning, what do you care about the other dude?
Because the bigger states would have control over everything. They can't. The little states have to be able to weigh in. So if that was the case, you wouldn't have to win a state. You would just have to win the majority of the vote, right?
And that's how we were able to do the.
That's what it should be to me, though.
Yeah, but
I'm just saying. I think popularity.
If you look at popularity, no small states, there's no sense of them voting.
Their voters wouldn't matter. Their votes wouldn't matter.
Yeah,
the bigger states would beat them. But here's the most effective thing about the Electoral College is that it forces the candidates for president to look at each and every state. They have to do something for that state to get the vote.
But they lie.
Well, they're gonna lie, and that's gonna bite them in the ass. That'll bite them in the ass the next time.
It comes back down to that. They're gonna lie.
Yeah,
you think they're gonna tell the truth?
No,
they lie.
They never do. But
bunch of liars, man.
But they're forced to give concessions to the smaller states.
And it's
and
not
then they get in
even a
there.
concession. It's not
But what
even a
happens when they?
concession. It is the Constitution. Because the
But see, once
Constitution is
they get in
written.
office, though. But see, once they get in office, though, all those people that voted for that particular person is what everybody feeling right now. That voted for particular people. It's like they sit there and lie to you the whole while they was running, and then as soon as they get in office, they say their hands are tied and they can't do anything for it.
But see what that's the part of voter education. You really have to know who you're voting for and what these days. And I understand a lot of these people, these politicians, they do a lot of lying, but there were a lot of ones who told the truth.
That's the way. Wait, not only that, though, a lot of people don't educate themselves on the lower levels. That's what counts.
Because
it ain't even
they
about
Yeah, that's what I learned that later on.
They were forced to believe their vote doesn't count.
Yeah.
The easiest way to manipulate a voter is to tell them their vote doesn't count. And they won't vote or put things in the way of it.
It's like this on that side. When you say when it don't count, I mean, I'm coming from an independent side, so I'm saying this. When it comes to it don't count, it's just that, like I said about the lying. See, the what they're saying is don't count. Is like I vote and then I get lied to by the person I voted for. So I look at it as the don't count as well. It's not being like, oh, you're not
because
counting.
the person you voted for won. So it counted.
Well, yeah, but when they get, but when they get in office, they do nothing.
No. Whether they do what you voted for them for, that's two separate things. Because your vote actually counted because that person won. Right?
Yeah, but when they got in it, they did nothing I wanted them to do.
Two different animals. Two different animals.
You see what I'm saying? But what I'm saying that is that person though. That's what I'm saying. Is that person? That's why they feel and say, "I'm not going to vote because my vote's not going to count." That's when there's something that's justifying why they say what they say, because they feel that once you get in there, you're not going to do what I ask.
But then from moving on, Dr. E, you correct them and say, no, friend, that's two separate issues.
No, I don't,
because that person you voted for won.
But I don't correct them because they see what they see in front of them. I'm from the hood of South Central LA. When I look out the door, I can't tell my homie over there, like, man, I voted for such and such. Me too. But then they get up there and lie and they did this, they ain't did nothing to change the neighborhood. You look at what they do in action. You know, that's how we look at it in the hood. When you from the hood, you like, what I see out my door still? I voted for this person, or, you know, like I said about the mayor and stuff like that, you say where it kind of really does count. That's where we look out our door and see, we look at, okay, we voted for this person to be the mayor. But we want to see this stuff happen. If it don't happen, we're going to be saying something. That's not he out there running for elections or something like that. You got them people that's over there screaming in the peanut gallery. Oh, man, we ain't trying to hear that you saying. You know, you're going to hear that when you come at that level, you know, like you said, a local person vote. But when you got the president of the United States, it's a little difficult to be heard like that. So then you just kind of feel that your vote doesn't count if it's not counting for what you want them to make the adjustments for over the 4 years or 8 years they're in there as a president.
Then
because you can see it on the local level.
Wrong person. That's all that means. It means you made a
no.
Bad decision.
You voted for you voted for the person you want to vote for. You can't tell nobody who to vote for.
I'm not telling you who to vote for. I'm telling you that if the person you voted for lied to you, you should have realized that.
They all do. All the politicians. All the politicians do. I ain't never known what.
I'm not gonna say who I did or did not vote for. Well, you can look it up as public information. But I knew before that I went into the election to my polling station that I wasn't voting for Donald Trump because I knew that he was a liar. I knew that.
Right.
From the beginning, I didn't need my due diligence. I've done some research. I know that. So he wasn't even on my list.
But you know what? But it's a lot of people. But it's a lot of people that voted for Donald Trump. They be feeling some kind of way right now.
They are, but they had the evidence. The evidence was there. He stole from them the first time.
And that's why I'm laughing at both parties, because I was like, I sit here and watch the whole thing, and I'm like, this dude's a liar over here, and these people saying what people want to hear. And at the end of the day, I know that this being politicians, like we just said, politicians lie, or they're gonna say that my hands are tied. And I'm 55 years old.
Here's the other part.
I'm 55.
If we
I'm just saying, I just put this out there.
Listen, y'all, listen. Shawnee, what you doing tomorrow?
I shouldn't even be on this call with y'all. Nothing. I'm doing
You will
schoolwork.
be coming back. I'm going to do
bet the
another
fuck I
show. We're
won't.
going to do another show.
Yeah,
I gotta get
we
some
definitely gonna have
Wait,
more
I gotta
shows.
say one more thing.
Well, what's
One
up,
more,
Dr. E? What you doing? What y'all doing tomorrow?
Yeah, one more thing. I wanna say one
I
more
should be cool.
No,
That's
I
all. I'm
know.
rolling it
I like
in the Twilight Zone.
All right, one more thing. One more thing.
Go ahead. No, you got to promise to come back or no more things.
I don't know. I gotta see. But here's the thing.
Well,
I think
go
a
ahead.
president should be voted to one term. Because if you reelect the president, he doesn't do a damn thing but what he wants to do because there's no fear. He can't get reelected.
I don't think you could do one term because it takes so long for
To
bills
clear
and
up
stuff
the
to go through,
that's
right?
Yeah,
so you really need a 2-term just so you can get your stuff through.
Yeah, but again, they don't do anything. They don't do anything.
What we
They get into
need
that
is-
second term and they just go wild.
What we need to do is change that Supreme Court. We need to have one justice from each of the districts, so there should be 13 justices, still an odd
okay.
number. And they should not have a lifetime tenure. Them motherfuckers should do, I don't know,
There
20
you go.
years or
Yeah,
something, and then
I
they gotta
agree.
go.
I agree.
All right, so
Biden-
gang.
Biden should have stacked the courts.
We are
Biden
not, we
should have
gotta
stacked
shut it up. We gotta stop this,
Listen.
turn this shit off right now.
Let's vote on the topic. What y'all want to do tomorrow? Come on, man. 6:30 tomorrow. I need y'all to pull up.
Man, I usually don't do politics, but y'all got me interested in just having this conversation. But I'm willing to follow up on anything y'all want to follow up on.
All right, it's on tomorrow. Man,
Same bad time, same bad channel.
Yep. All right.
Well, you know me,
all right,
me and YG
Black.
gonna
We got
talk,
one
so.
more. We need you. Truth, what you gonna do?
I don't know. I gotta see. Look, I work
man.
24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
He does too.
I'm on call. My business does not stop. I get a phone
If he
call.
doesn't show up, Miss Fizz will show up in his.
Guess what I told him? Get your ass back up here. I texted him.
She said, "Where the fuck did you go?" I'm like, "What?"
Marion,
Great live.
This was hot, y'all. Everybody that hit this platform today, like, hey, I learned a lot of shit.
Yeah, everybody had some power.
I thought I was gonna have to fight with your sister now. Honestly, I thought I was gonna have to throw down with her because
why? I don't make war, I make love.
Yeah.
Well, I haven't made love in about, I don't know, it's been a long time, but I do it when I do it.
What?
I thought we got to duke it out.
I don't
Well,
want to
me
fight
and you gonna talk YG.
Nah.
We'll definitely come up with the show because the algorithms, they're going crazy. It's a lot of stuff that's updated, so definitely a touch base. I was glad meeting you, sis. It's a pleasure. Very educated. We definitely would love to hear you back up on this platform, man. You got a lot of power.
I would love to join you guys again. Thank you.
Good to see you too, Boogie man.
Very interesting show and platform tonight. Y'all bring the politics. I mean, I don't even do politics. Like I said, I'm independent, but I will speak on stage.
Independent doesn't mean you don't do politics, bro. Independent doesn't mean you don't do politics. That's a whole party.
I couldn't hear y'all. I couldn't hear y'all for a minute. My mic went out. Okay.
So you do politics.
All right,
let's do it differently.
Dr. Bernie Sanders. That's Dr. Bernie Sanders up there.
All right, I'm giving you closing.
Well, I can't get people in trouble when I start talking too much. Then people start.
One closing statement. This is all y'all get. Make it 2 sentences. Let's go.
Mine is great live.
Thank you for having me. I really had a great time.
Thank you, Boo. All right, Boogeyman.
Wake up, people. Wake up.
Absolutely. I agree. Dr. E?
That was sweet. Yes.
Great show.
Okay, Boogie.
Great show.
Man.
Great show.
And my birthday's tomorrow. What are we talking about? I'm not going to be on no live with y'all. I'm going to be twerking somewhere.
Turn it up. Bye, dude.
Dying in a circle. All right, y'all. Get off this line.
Not the polls. Don't get on the polls. Stay off the polls.
right,
get through law
everybody.
school. Good night.
Bring the
I
video
want
with
to
you.
thank all of y'all. This was so dope. This was so dope.
Thank you for having us. Great show.
Much love, y'all.
We're missing somebody. Somebody left.
No. Oh, that one girl. I forgot her name.
Matt stuff. I can't hear you. It's acting up.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
No.
Much love, y'all.
Can y'all hear me?
Yep.
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right.
Okay,
Good night.
cool. It's acting up. All right, I got to go. I got to go. Thank y'all so much. I'm going to set the live probably first thing tomorrow morning. I will send you all the links. Good night.
Good night.
Take y'all out with my song. Y'all know I gotta play my song if it'll play. Shoot.
Deuces.
We love you, YG. Band-Aid Gang, Diamond Gang.
You saw my new intro. You saw my new intro,
it's
right? On my
acting
last
up
live.
big time.
Now I'm gonna check it out.
CW, you didn't see my new intro?
No, I'm about to go look now.
Okay, here we go. Dang, it ain't letting me do jack. I might not even be able to end the live.
Oh, wow. Like, hit it, DJ.
Y'all done broke my laptop. All right, then I'm just.
So you call knocking it out the park. Nah, I guess we just hang it up from here.
All right, y'all. I'm back. I am out of this piece. Good night. Thanks everybody for coming up. This was so super dope. Thank you to Dr. E, Marianne, my sister, Black, C Dove. Who else was up there? The Boogeyman. This was a lit live. Y'all help me, definitely help me work towards some watch time, no doubt. And I will set a live tomorrow. We will be back. All right, good night, everybody.
It's your under degree. Sip with me. I'll pour it high, so high. I'll pour it sweet, so sweet. Spilling his tea, spilling and sipping his tea, spilling and sipping his tea. Thanks for watching me, tuning in, subscribing, hitting that like, smash that like. I don't bite, no. It's your under degree, feeling great, spilling tea. Have a seat and join me. Sip some tea, unwind with me. Let's grab a snack and talk some smack. I'm your girl, I got your back. I got the news, I got the views. I bet you can't wait, I know you can't wait to sip this tea. Sip this tea. Spilling this tea. Spilling and sipping this tea. Spilling and sipping this tea. Spilling this tea. Spilling and sipping this tea. Spilling this tea. Sipping this tea. Spilling and sipping this tea. Spilling and sipping this tea. Thanks for watching me, tuning in, subscribing, hitting that like, smash that like. I don't bite, no. It's Yolanda the Great, shining bright, set the stage. Hollywood dreams, red carpet scenes, glitter and glow, the secrets I know. Drama with flair, I serve it rare. I got the scoop, I got the proof. I know you can't wait, so come and escape and sip his tea, sip with me. Spilling his tea, spilling and sipping his tea, spilling and sipping his tea, spilling his tea, sipping and spilling his tea, sipping and spilling his tea, sipping and sipping his tea, spilling and sipping his tea.